to Thoughts from a Bookworm. I'm Abigail Grace. Today we are talking about the third book in the Tiger's Curse series, which is Tiger's Voyage. This book, in my opinion, was very story-oriented. I feel like the other two were very action and mythology-focused, which was very cool. This book took a little bit of a step back and gave us a lot more story. There's a lot more character development in this book than there has been so far. We left off in book 2 with Ren losing his memory and him and Kelsey kind of deciding, okay, we're going to, not date or whatever, but just kind of get to know each other. So this book picks up with Kelsey trying to relearn, Ren, to kind of figure out Ren, what's going on. Ren kind of figuring out how to love Kelsey. It becomes evident right away that there's more to Ren's memory loss than just him not remembering Kelsey. He has a physical aversion to being near her. So when he's with her for more than, 5-10 minutes, he starts to physically feel sick. And he thinks, okay, maybe it's like a tolerance thing. So he starts to, try and be around her more. Touching her seems to even be worse. Like when they kiss, when he holds her hand, there's just this weird physical aversion to her that they can't quite figure out. So while that's kind of going on, they're also trying to figure out the next thing that they need to get for Durga. The third gift of Durga. So far they have found the golden fruit and the divine scarf. The third gift is a black pearl necklace, which has the gift of bringing water. The golden fruit, they figure out can bring you other drinks tea or smoothies or milkshakes or whatever, but it just can't make plain water. The pearl necklace will be able to make plain water. So that's the gift that they're looking for. We get to meet dragons, which is really cool. And again, I'm going to sound like a broken record. I'm not a fan of fantasy. So Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, not my vibe. It's a very well written book. I will give it that. But it's just not my vibe in terms of reading material. But these dragons were really cool. There are 5 of them total. There's a red dragon, a blue dragon, a green dragon, a white dragon, and a gold dragon. And they all kind of have they're all brothers, and they all have different purposes in, the functioning of the earth. One of them controls the sky, one of them controls the waters, one of them spins the earth on its axis. They all have different things in Indian mythology that they are responsible for, and they're all brothers. So Ren, Kelsey, and Kishan, blanking out for a minute, figure out that they need to go to each of these dragons in order. They figure out which order they need to go to because each dragon will give them a clue or a hint or a physical thing to help them with the next part of their quest. So they go to one dragon at a time. That they are pulled each time they go visit each dragon. They're pulled into a magical realm, and then they come back to our world. In between all of that, Ren and Kelsey are figuring out their relationship. Like I said, this book it's still very quest focused, but there's a lot more character relationships. There's a lot more story going on during one of the expeditions because they realize they're gonna have to go underwater to get to one of the dragons. So Mr. Kadam calls in a diving instructor from Texas. So they do all this diving stuff. The ship that Ren and Kishan own a mega yacht or a giga yacht. I think it's a small giga yacht or a large mega yacht. I can't remember which one. But they own just this massive, beautiful private yacht that's equipped with jet skis and an underwater garage and all this kind of stuff. Oh my goodness, it was so much fun reading about that ship. I don't want to say my dream because I have a lot of dreams, but I've low-key always wanted to go on a cruise, and I've low-key always wanted to have my own ship where I could just go, get a bunch of friends, my family, my extended family, and just go on a summer vacation on my private mega yacht, giga yacht, whatever. So it was low-key so much fun reading about this ship and just all the amenities that it had. It was just what my dreams are made out of. But throughout the course of their training for this underwater excursion, Kelsey, when they're actually practicing scuba diving, I guess Kelsey freaks out. She gets nervous a little bit. She ends up hitting her head really hard, and she almost dies. Ren starts to give her CPR, but because being around her makes him sick, he starts to get sick when he's trying to save her life, and Kishin is like, let me, take over so that she doesn't die. Ren kind of pushes him away. Ren realizes in that moment that being with Kelsey is dangerous for her, that he needs to not be around her, she needs to not be around him, they need to not be pursuing a relationship anymore. So he breaks up with her. Kelsey's very upset about that. Ren, kind of to prove that he is in fact breaking up with her and is in fact over her, when they make port at Goa, I think is how you pronounce that city's name, Ren brings on this, blonde Barbie bimbo that he's supposedly dating and in love with. Her name is Brandy, which I don't know why that makes me laugh, that name, but she's just, she's just not nice. She's nasty to Kelsey. She's dating Ren, but, flirting with Kishin. Kishin, again, kind of steps in as Kelsey's friend. He's still in love with her, kind of hoping that things will change on her end, that she'll maybe consider dating him. When Kelsey realizes that Ren is serious, that he is actually breaking up with her, she tells him, okay, if you're serious, then, I'm going to give Kishin a chance, and if I give Kishin a chance and you change your mind, I'm not going to break Kishin's heart and just come running back to you like, this is it, this is your last chance, I'm not going to go back again. Ren says, fine, do that. So she and Ren are now over. She asks Kishin if he wants to go on a date, which I'm not usually ever a fan of girls initiating stuff like that, but I thought that was cute because Kishin had kind of already asked her before and she said no, so she kind of asked him, will you ask me again, type of thing. So they go out on a date, and Kelsey wrestles with her feelings because she acknowledges that she loves Kishin, but she knows that it's a different type of love, it's a different kind of love, it's a different depth of love, and she thinks, okay, maybe that's just something that, I have to work for. Maybe I have to work toward loving him. So she and Kishin end up kissing, and Ren gets his memory back. That moment, which is just earth-shattering because Ren gets his memory back. He no longer has this aversion to Kelsey anymore. So they can now be together. He remembers being in Oregon with her. He remembers making cookies with her, going to school, going on dates, doing all this stuff. But she told him, if I commit to Kishin, I'm committing to Kishin. I'm not just going to abandon him if you change your mind. He remembers all of that. It's not like he doesn't remember that. He remembers everything. And he tells her that Durga's way of protecting him when he was with Lokesh is that she would remove all his memories of Kelsey so that Ren would have nothing to tell Lokesh, and that the trigger for Ren getting his memory back would be seeing Kishin kiss Kelsey. Because at the time, Ren's logic was, okay, if Kishin feels comfortable enough to kiss Kelsey, that means that they're safe, that we're all safe, that everybody's good. So that's the trigger that caused Ren's memory to come back. He explains all this to Kelsey and then just automatically assumes that Kelsey isn't going to be with him again. She reiterates, no, I told you, that if you told me no again, that I was going to commit to Kishin, this and that. So now there's this tension between them that Kelsey and Kishin are technically together, but Ren and Kelsey are still very much in love. Which this is when I really started to lean even more on the side of Kishin. And that's one of the reasons, honestly, why I hate love triangles so much, is because the girl never picks the guy that I like ever. I read a book one time, and she picked the guy that I liked, and then she ended up not, in the last book. It's just so irritating. That kind of tension was frustrating. I didn't really like it, but that's going on for at least half of the book. It might be 2/3 of it, closer to, I don't remember. I don't know, because Ren gets his memory back closer to the end of the book. That's right. So there's that tension that's going on for a while. Kelsey has been training with Mr. Cadham with her lightning power that she can shoot out of her hand that she discovers in book 2. They figure out that it's not actually lightning, it's very hot fire. And I didn't know this, but apparently because I know fire is different colors based off of its temperature, and like yellow orange fire is the coolest fire, and then you've got purple and blue fire, which is even hotter, and then apparently white fire is the hottest fire that there can be. I didn't know that, but that's apparently, at least according to the book. Maybe that's not true in real life, but in the book that's what they're telling us. So she figures out that it's it's fire that she's shooting, not actual electricity. So she's able to practice it underwater, in the water, shooting stuff on water, stuff in that without getting electrocuted. Throughout the course of their quests with the dragons, there's one dragon, I think it's the red dragon, who controls the stars. When they go to his realm, he says, okay, I will help you if you fix my star. So, and this is all like, not real science, it's magic. And Kelsey even admits that. She's like,
how is any of this possible? Oh yeah, it's magic.
She tries to light the star with her firepower. She's not able to get it hot enough. Ren kind of just like puts his hand on her arm and is like, just maybe rest. And Kelsey notices that as soon as he touches her, her fire is able to burn brighter. So the two of them kind of, he like stands behind her and like puts his hands like on her shoulders and is able to like I don't know what to call it, like heat her fire more. And there's one of the dragons at some point notices that he acts as a funnel. I think he called him, the dragon called Ren like a funnel. So like Kelsey heats the fire, gives it to Ren, Ren burns it more, and then gives it to Kelsey, and the two of them together can like create this like massive firepower lightning bolt thing. Kelsey tries to recreate it with Kishin, trying to convince herself that it's not Ren, like the universe isn't telling me that I need to be with Ren. She's obviously not able to recreate it with Kishin because it is exclusive to just her and Ren, which is, as much as I loved Kishin, I did think that was kind of cool. That like they had this really cool firepower together. One of the other dragons, the green dragon, is like a hunter, so he says he'll help the three of them if they play his game. He takes Kelsey. Kelsey's the prize. He locks her up in a tower, and then he puts Ren and Kishin out on these different islands. They have to find her, and the green dragon is going to be hunting them at the same time. Ren and Kelsey, again, because Ren's memory came back, their steel cable connection is back. So Kelsey's able to kind of lead him to her without ever seeing him in real life or in person or anything like that. So they have this reunion moment. They, embrace each other. Kishin walks in and witnesses that and expresses frustration that Kelsey is with him, but, still head over heels in love with Ren, which I can understand Kishin's frustration, but at the same time, like, wouldn't you kind of tune in and, like, realize, hey, you know what? This girl that I'm with is interested in my brother. Like, maybe I should step back. But I don't know. Maybe it was like a competitive thing that, he wanted to kill. I don't know. Kishin was very nice, though. I liked Kishin a lot. The last dragon that they visit is the white dragon, who is so far below the ocean that it's like black down there. Which I have this weird, I don't know what to call it. It's not a phobia. I'm not afraid of the ocean, but it's one of those things where it's like, I love to be afraid of it. You know what I mean? Like sharks. Like, I think sharks are so cool. I would literally, I don't even know what. I just like would die if I was swimming and like a shark was chasing me. I don't know. Sharks are one of those things where I love them, but they absolutely terrify me. And the ocean is kind of similar to that. So just like the idea of going that far below the ocean, it just, I don't know. I didn't like it. But they get that far below the ocean. They figure out that Durga's necklace is down there and they have to find it. They figure out that there are these just giant sea creatures. There's a kraken and a giant shark that are guarding the necklace. The dragon is able to protect them going in, so they're able to get to the necklace, but once they leave the dragon's realm, he's not able to protect them anymore. So on their way up, they are able to use the necklace to like create bubbles of oxygen around them so they can just kind of like float up to the surface, I guess. They are attacked by the shark. They're able to kill a shark. Kelsey kind of gets this very understandably newfound fear of sharks, but they're able to get to the surface relatively unscathed. They float for a while. They get back to the ship, but another cliffhanger. Lokish has caught up to them. He actually kidnaps Kelsey. Kelsey's able to leave the pearl necklace, to like take the pearl necklace off real quick, slip it into the water. She gives it to Fanindra, who is Durga's little snake companion that has kind of been with them this whole time. I forgot to mention her in book 1. Whoops. And she gets, so the necklace and Fenindra are safe, and then Kelsey is taken by Lokesh. But that is how book 3 ends. So they now have 3 gifts from Durga. They have the golden fruit, which gives them anything they want to eat or drink except water. They have the divine scarf, which can make them any article of clothing that is natural material, so nothing synthetic, and can apparently make them look like other people. And the 3rd gift is the pearl necklace. So if you made it to the end, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, and I said that in the wrong order. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you never miss an episode.